Oh, what a shame. Whoa.
Oh, I'll do my headlocks. Oh, sorry. Oh.
I saw that. What a shame. What a shame. We can't use the WrestleShoot intro anymore. We keep getting flagged down for having Motorhead playing in the background. Fucking YouTube, fucking Facebook. So, yeah, we're having a new one made. Hopefully be ready by next week. I'm looking at you, Doug Damien. Help me. Oh, God, excuse me.
Doug Damien, a.k.a. Roxy Red. What? Which one? Which one is it?
I'm a little under the weather today. Jesus Christ. So, what's the topic this week going to be, Mr. Cass?
Well, this week's topic is going to be biggest douchebags in wrestling.
Oh, man. Well, biggest douchebags in wrestling that we have personally interacted with, like that we know.
Right.
Yeah, we're really just going off of rumor or speculation. It's right from the horse's mouth. We dealt with these particular brand of assholes more than once, and we're going to share it with you today. Ooh. How'd that be, Chris?
That'd be just fine, man.
So who's going to go first, you or me? Want to shoot for it?
Like a rock, paper, rock, scissors thing? All right, ready? Go.
1, 2, 3, shoot. Chris wins. You pick first, buddy.
All right. Ooh, okay. Well...
Now, hang on. While you're looking that up, guys, I wanna preface this by saying we are talking about these guys on a personal, professional as far as interaction goes. We're not commenting on their skills as an in-ring performer. We're just talking about the pieces of shit that they are.
Some may differ. Well, some we can maybe comment on their skills because kind of debatable on some of them.
But, that's not what we're really here for. Whether they're a good or a bad worker doesn't dictate whether or not they are, in fact, a douchebag.
True. Well, since on that note, many names, Night Screamer. Okay.
Yeah, he's getting himself over. What's up, brother Doug? And hello to Maggie. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us today. And if you guys have any comments on the particular douchebags that we point out, feel free to throw it out there.
Nice. Well, it's like a show, right? So we like to start off with a bang, like a really good, hot opening match.
Sure. Okay.
So I am going to go, first before I bring this picture up, we're going to go back in time about 24 years ago.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Casanova.
24 years. I don't know who you're going to pick, so go ahead.
All right. So Mr. Casanova, myself, was his second year in my second year in the business. Real excited to, maybe not in my second year. Anyhow, very excited to work a name. And
first name.
Yeah, my first name ever in the business. And I was very excited. And this guy turned out to be the complete douchebag asshole on the show. And so I will pull him up.
Oh, yes, Mr. Virgil. Hey, thanks, Maggie. She's go ahead and following us.
Nice.
We're not a new streamer. No, we're just new to Kick. So let's get into Virgil, who would have never seen a day of glory had it not been for riding DiBiase's tuxedo tails.
Pretty much, yeah.
What happened, Chris?
Well, so this is after he was released from WCW. He was riding that whole NWO thing, and
right.
So we get to the show, and we're looking at the list, and there's like, how it works, right? They put a whole list of who you work in. We're looking at
the booking sheet, yeah. And this, by the way, everybody, was a huge show. It was at a fairgrounds, but man, it was like packed. I mean, thousands and thousands of people. I would say probably like 20, 30,000 people there. It was packed, man. Like it was the Susansville. So we had Tatanka on the show, Bushwhackers, Marty Jannetty, Virgil. So I'm like, oh, cool. I get the word Virgil. So I go look for Virgil, and he's sitting there kind of talking to someone. He might be talking to, might have been one of the Bushwhackers. And I introduced myself. He goes, I'll be right with you. I'm like, oh, okay. So I sit there. I went there for a minute or two, and so I go back and do my thing. I come back, and he's like, okay, let's talk. I'm like,
all right, sounds good. So I'm just being respectful. I'm a young kid at the time. And he's like, we're going to go out there. We're going to do this and that, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do the up and over on you. And we're just going to go out there and work. And I'll put you out with the DDT. I'm like, okay, cool. He goes, you throw your stuff in. We'll just have a good match. And he seemed okay. I'm like, all right, cool. But he was a dick. So I'm like, all right. So we get out there and he just starts trying to take liberties on me. Like he was fucking like Hulk Hogan or Bill Goldberg. He was going to fucking try to squash me.
And you were the second match, right?
We were, second or I want to say we were second match.
But he wanted to go out there like he was Hogan in the main.
Yeah, exactly. And we were supposed to go like 7 or 8 minutes. We went home like in 4 to 5. He just wanted to get the hell out of there. And I had to rewind because I forgot a key point to this. So before he goes out, I would say maybe 30, 40 minutes before he goes out, he's talking to someone. He goes, I just want to get my money and get paid and get the hell out of here. Like, I want to get this done as quickly as possible. And I'm hearing this shit. I'm like, oh, fuck, this guy doesn't want to work. So we go out there and he's just trying to no-sell me. And he's just trying to take liberties on me. Well, we do his little stupid up and over thing that he does. And literally, I had to duck so low. I had to get on my fucking knees, dude, for him to get over me. He could barely get over. Like, he was that terrible in the ring. So, yeah, we just went home early, honestly. I was young. I didn't know what to do. I was like, I just want to get this done and over with. And I went in the back and shook his hand. It's a good match. Yeah, okay. Shakes my hand, walks away, gets his money, fucking bounces out like literally right after the match. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, fuck, man, did I do something wrong? What the fuck? This guy acting like I was 22 at the time. Mm-hmm. And so I kid you not, probably the first time in my life and maybe the only time in my life a promoter actually came and apologized to me on his actions.
That was Mike Welsh, was it?
Mike Welsh and Roland Alexander were co-promoting that show. And they're like, we are so sorry about that. That's unprofessional. We have really nothing else to say. We're just sorry. And I was like, well, I just kind of shook my ass. They're like, but you were the pro. You went out there and you did your job. And we wanted a good showing. It wasn't nothing you did. It was strictly on him, and he will never be back again. And they never booked him. They never booked him ever again.
Oh, so they didn't use him on this because Mike always does 2-day shows. He didn't book him the second day. Just sent him packing.
He sent them packing.
Nice. Mike was not the guy to be fucked with. He was a hell of a promoter.
No, yeah, he was. But just a jerk, man. I mean, even how he's talking to people in the locker room, and except the names, he was cool with them. But just kind of the independent guys, he just felt like he was the fucking star of the show. And,
piece of shit still owes me $20.
Owes you $20?
Yeah.
Oh,
he was begging for money for Burger King. I'll pay you back after I get my payout tonight. I was like, really? You don't have any money? So I gave him the $20. I just like, dude, go eat, man. But yeah, he of course got his money, pretended like, I'm in this car, you're in that car. We'll meet up in the next town. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, Virgil, you are genuinely. Oh my God, he's been up the whole time. I've been watching you in our side monitor, not paying any attention to the screen.
I think I was too, man.
Sorry, guys. That was very unprofessional. But like I said, I'm a little under the weather. So yeah, but Mike Virgil, he's a piece of shit. You're right.
He is. And
all right. Okay, so I'm going to go next. Now, I'm having a real quandary here of who I want to pick over who I think would be more fun to pick. So we're going to go with just somebody I think would be more fun to pick. And that's going to be Mr. Steven Carino. Look at that douchebag. Steve, you're a punk ass. Now, Chris knows why I say that. So here's the deal. I never got along with Chris. He's an arrogant little punk, and he's, in my opinion, really, I prefaced this earlier by saying we're not talking about their talent in the ring. I think he stunk on ice in the ring. I thought he was horrible.
Yeah.
So a promoter there, and I use that word very loosely, that we knew wanted to book him. So he was going to piggyback him off of another big-time promoter out in the Bay Area of California.
I remember the story.
Something or other went down. and this guy had to cancel his show.
Yep.
I don't exactly remember what happened, but he called Carino like a man and said, everything went sideways and tomorrow's just not going to happen. And Carino starts threatening him. I'll come to Sacramento and I'll beat my payout out your ass and blah, 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 blah. Carino's a pussy. He ain't beating nothing out of nobody. FYI. You can't shoot your way out of sack, Carino. So don't pretend you're a fucking tough guy to a real tough guy. Because we all know I'll kill you. I'll kill you. And when the promoter called me and said what just happened with Steve, I said, what are you going to do? He goes, well, I'm going to just drive down there. I'm going to pay him off. I said, I'll tell you what. I'll drive down there. I'll beat his fucking ass for you for half of his payoff. And I meant it. I meant it. He was too much of a pussy. He actually went and paid that piece of goddamn garbage. Steve Carino, I mean, you're worthless, dude. There's nothing good. I mean, just look at that look on your face.
Yeah.
That look of superiority because you got this little pretty little belt on, dude. You stink. Abdullah the Butcher was more entertaining in the ring than you.
Did you go with him to that drive or no?
No, he wouldn't let me go. I said, seriously, dude, let me go at least just talk to Steve first. I won't even hit him. He goes, no, yes, you will. No, you can't go. I'm like, yeah, I totally will. You're right.
He's just a fucking... I've never met the guy personally, but I've heard many stories, not just, I mean, yours, that's a big one, but I've heard other stories that he's just a fucking prick, dude. And it's just like Virgil. He's a prick to everybody.
Well, the only interaction I had with Carino before that was I was booked on a Rumble with him, and he was going to put me out, right? So, okay, I walked up to him and said, what do you want to do to go out? He goes, just go out when the fuck I tell you. I said, okay, well, we'll see. So I made him work for it. I didn't just go out when he told me. Like, no, fuck. All right, you got to go next, Chris?
Yeah.
Are you going to grab who else I was just mentioning? Or are we going to save him?
Let's see. Let's go with... Man, I'm trying to think who I should pick here. I don't know these guys really well. Maybe Rob can jump on these stories. Let's talk about the Young Bucks.
Well, I mean, you don't. Let me look at those guys. Look at those two clowns. I would fight both of them outside of an arena by myself.
I'd watch you. I wouldn't jump in.
Yeah, I just whoop their asses. These guys are worthless, man. Everybody thinks they're some kind of a talented team. They're a couple of slot machines. And just like you said, you two were a couple of clown shoes. Now, the most actual interaction I had with them was, believe it or not, when I was having not really an argument, but kind of a hot conversation with Phil. And then they with CM Punk. And then these two jabronis wanted to come stick their fucking noses into our conversation. And, Chris, me and Phil never, ever saw eye to eye. But like I always said, in all the years we've known him, I respect the hell out of that guy.
Sure.
I just don't like him. And he doesn't like me. And I hope their respect is mutual. He might just he might say Rob Wild is a twat. Forget him. But these two idiots had to come over and decide they were going to chime in to our very private, and we weren't having this heated argument in the locker room. It was in a corner. It was private. And they started blah, blah. And, dude, me and Phil both turned around. It was kind of like what they say about the Hart brothers. They're going to fight each other, and if you get involved, they're going to turn on you. I turned to those guys, said, who the hell are you talking to? And Phil's like, I think you two motherfuckers need to walk away, dude. And we got in their faces. And then they backed down. So that's why we never clicked. So when you had your conversation, if you guys are a couple of fucking clown shoes, you guys are spot machines. You're not workers. That's where the whole kind of funk that you originally sensed came.
Yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting. You talked about that with us, Phil. Is you guys were talking about your conversation, kind of a little back and forth, and all of a sudden these two douchebags come up, and you both like immediately mutually say, "Oh, we're gonna stop talking about our heat's done for a second. We're turning be like an ally." Yeah, fuck these guys, dude. So,
and like I told Phil all the time, Punk, we should stop saying his real name. Like I used to tell Punk all the time, it's like, dude, I don't like you. I think you're an asshole. I like the way your mind thinks, and I like that you're not afraid to say what the truth is, or at least your version of the truth, what your idea of what's real. Because he won't pick a lie, right, and then start trying to ramp on and on and on about a lie. He's talking in his mind what is gospel.
Yeah.
And I gotta wonder, probably not, but if any part of that four-way interaction that we had 107 years ago had anything to do with that blow up that happened at AEW with Punk and them and Query Omega.
Maybe, you never know. Sometimes history, sometimes things don't die.
Well, the thing is about Omega is he's like Honky. He's a shit disturber, right? So he's having fun.
Yeah.
And when things start getting too hot, he won't drop the gimmick. He'll just keep trying to run his jaw. He figured he had the young skid marks behind him. And I believe that Punk could have dusted right through the young skid marks. And he probably would have had a pretty decent fight with Omega.
But probably would have come out on top.
All right. So, yeah, there it is. Young Bucks, things haven't changed. I still think you guys are pieces of garbage.
Terrible
and
workers.
Wrestlers, even now. All this fluff that you're getting about being able to tag team in the future, you're spot machines. You're just spot, diddy, spot, diddy, spot. I can't wait till the day one of you blows your knee.
Yeah, I would, it sucks to say, well, I regret that we didn't get to work these fucks and teach them a lesson.
I don't. Yeah, that would have been pointless. It wouldn't have been a good match. It would have turned into a shoot right out the fucking gate, and I would have probably been the one to start the shoot.
Usually are. Yeah.
No, not usually me. Usually you. You.
What? Me?
Usually me. Fuck out of here. All right, let's go ahead and grab our next up. And you know what I'm going to do is there are guys in the business who just have no business in the business. Now, this guy wasn't necessarily a bad worker for a big guy, but he got off on actually physically ending other guys, young guys' careers. And that's going to be Pogo the Clown, Big Joe Applebomber. Ooh. Now, Joe, we go way, way back. Chris, all of us, we all go way, way, way back. And there is a piece of my heart that goes out to him because he's one of the old school boys.
Yeah, of course.
But the fact that he goes out there and obliterates young, small guys, what is that? It's a fucking bully. That's what that is. Joe Applebomber, Pogo the Clown was a bully. Chris, thoughts?
Yeah, a complete bully. I mean, all of his matches, he would go out there, and that was the sole reason why they signed him. XPW is because he's going out there just obliterating poor young kids, man, that were probably like 3 times as small as him. Yeah, he wasn't a bad worker. I mean, we both trained at the same place. We were both trained by the same teacher. So he's got that those fundamentals down. But yeah, he just didn't care. I mean, and the people that could defend themselves, like you or I and a few other people in the business, he would try.
He didn't go out with us.
He would try in the beginning. He would try to test them.
Right at the start. Try to come out over snug.
Yeah. And then we kind of respond back. We do respond back. And you're like, okay, then ready to work. But
like, I don't know if Doug Damien is still watching, but I'll jog his memory back to that top rope missile drop kick that sent Applebomber screaming off his feet across the ring. And then he tried to powerbomb me, and I wouldn't let it happen. Doug was like, then when he got the pin, he's like, all right, let's go. Let's roll out of here. Okay. So that's just, and that's just, he's just a douchebag. He's a bully. Bullies are douchebags.
Yeah, that's 100%. And you got to get to him first. I mean, I've worked him a few times in my time, and you just have to throw it in their heart at the beginning, dude, just to fucking.
Right away,
Yeah. And he'll calm down, man. Still stiff, but not as, I don't want to say.
I remember that title match that you did with him after he broke my shoulder and then started telling everybody, don't tell anybody I did that, cuzzy. Don't stop telling people I broke your shoulder, cuzzy.
Yeah.
You hit that ring, the music barely even came on, and you were in there laying those forearms right into his chins, all 12 of them.
Oh.
It was artwork, man. It was fantastic.
You're jiggling like this.
Now, what let's go ahead and do is let's take a quick second and play a commercial, shall we? And by the way, guys, this is WrestleShoot right here on the Antisocial Network. Antisocialnetwork.net is our website. You can find all of our socials there, and we're also playing over on the Monty and the Pharaoh Network. Monty and the Pharaoh.
The Pariah.
Monty.
I mean,
the Pariah. Fucking A. So we're going to go ahead and play a little spot, pay a couple of bills. And this is one that actually played last night, but I thought you would appreciate it.
Okay.
WrestleMania, the ultimate challenge, live at Sky Dome in Toronto, Sunday afternoon, April 1 at 4 p.m. Hulk Hogan battles the Ultimate Warrior, champion versus champion, title for title. What is the greatest sports entertainment extravaganza of all time? WrestleMania live at Sky Dome. Tickets are on sale now at Sky Dome box office, Ticketmaster, or by calling 416-872-1111 to charge your tickets by phone. Don't miss WrestleMania, the ultimate challenge at Sky Dome.
Hulk Hogan. Oh.
My favorite WrestleMania ever. And in my opinion, the greatest WrestleMania commercial and music ever.
Yeah, it was great, man. What was the capacity on that? Was it 70?
96,000 or something?
Toronto.
Wow. 13?
13?
13 people were there?
13 people? Yeah.
Yeah, but they were really loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, moving on. Your turn.
Okay, I got to pick somebody here. Let's take a look.
I know exactly who I think who you should pick.
I'm looking. Okay.
Red Pants. Red Pants.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. All right. Let's do that.
There we go. Oh, Chris.
You fucked up. Okay.
You fucked up. You've Abdullah the Butcher. Now, we can both tell you that we both know the dualities of the personality of who Abby actually is. But no matter what personality we're talking about, he's the most god-awful fucking wrestler that's ever stepped into a ring ever, ever, ever.
Yeah, I don't think he really knows a hold or anything. It's just a bloodbath.
And the thing is, he is a dick to people in the back. And I'm going to get really on to somebody else about this one in a little bit, but there are, young guys who are brand new. There's a name there. They are so excited to just go say hello and shake hands. And some dudes are very rude to these young guys, and Abby is one of them.
Yeah.
And the second you stop trying to kiss Abdullah's ass, all 912 pounds of his ass, all of a sudden he starts being nicer to you. Still kind of a dick. And if you're an absolute asshole to him, then he's really nice to you. Like he's trying to win you over. Like he's got some kind of a
angle.
Brain damage.
Yeah. Some kind of angle trying to win you over.
No, just like I have to be accepted, but then I have to try to reject it, like a sociopath kind of. No, you have to love me no matter what. And then no matter what I do, it's okay.
Yeah.
But I will say this. I remember sitting at, and let me bring this picture back up. So everybody just kind of take notice of Abby's forehead, right? Going straight down. That was old school, man, when they used to gig up and down instead of side to side. So in Las Vegas, did a show with Abby, and we ended up sitting at the same blackjack table. And he's just not talking to nobody. Like there was all kinds of wrestlers around this table. And I finally look up at him, and the light was hitting his bald ass, sweaty, greasy, nasty head in just the right light where you could see just how Grand Canyon those scars were.
Yeah.
So I went, used an old school term that the young wrestlers didn't get. And I went, Jesus Christ, Abby, how many silver dollars you got right now? And he started laughing, and one of the kids went, "What's that mean, silver dollar?" He took a blackjack chip and stuck it in his scar and let go, and it didn't move. I said, "There you go, silver dollar."
Wow, dude.
And Abby is another one that I'm pretty confident, even in his heyday, I could whoop his ass.
I mean, yeah, is he really a badass? Really? I mean, I don't think he really.
No, he's not, but he could take a beating.
Yeah, he's just for multiple years of doing that.
Like, look how bad Bruiser used to lace into him, man. Brody used to beat the shit out of Abby, dude. And I think Abby was just like, I'm happy for the booking, brother. You know?
Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, he was awful, man, and no wonder Vince never signed him. I mean, I know
Vince never even had an interest in signing him.
No, I don't. Yeah, I think he was just like, I'm not interested. Like, you can't really do anything for my company.
Anything good anyway. He could probably done a lot to it. All right, so it looks like we have just a couple more to choose from here.
All right.
And, you know, the guy who's right next to Abby, don't pick him. I want to save him for the last.
That's the grand finale? Okay.
It's the finale.
Okay, well,
Well, can I give an honorable mention before we pick our number 2 guy or our number 3 guy?
You're gonna do the honorable mention? Okay.
I'm going to give an honorable mention for douchebag to none other than Austin 316 says I just whipped my wife's ass. Honorable mention to you, Steve. Great guy, but he did beat up his wife. Let's not pretend that he didn't. And let's not make like, oh, that was the only time. That's just when he got caught.
He's typical white male Texan Southerner, like beat my wife and go drive my truck. And yeah.
You take a guy who gets drunk and then gets in the ring to whoop ass. Then you take the ring away from him. Well, he's still going to get drunk and he still needs an ass to whoop.
And he's by himself at home with his wife. He's like, okay, well, you're here, so I'm gonna get drunk and
come over here so I can give you a stunner, bitch. Sorry, go ahead, Chris. Let's pick your guy.
Pick my guy. All right, let's see. Who the fuck do we have left here? Okay, we got this person, that person.
There he is. Mr. Absent without leave from the military himself. Now, Chris, do you remember earlier at the beginning of the podcast when I said we're not talking about their in-ring skills? We're talking about them personally?
Yeah, and I can't. Phenomenal worker. Maybe better than his dad.
Butcher was just about to be in Minnesota, but well, hang on a second. The Butcher was just announced to be in Minnesota for a show. Sweet, man. Too bad you're not going to be in Tampa.
Shit.
They're talking about Abdul the Butcher. I'm an idiot. Jesus Christ. Anyway, fuck on. You know what? Abby has got. Wow, that fucked me up. I didn't think he could even really walk anymore.
I didn't think so either. He's broke though. He needs money.
True that. You put yourself through the ringer to make a few bucks. But let's get back to Randy Orton. A kid who was just kind of a mess his whole life. He was a troublemaker. He was a bully all through, junior high and high school. He joined the military, and then he went absent without leave, so he abandoned the armed forces. He is notorious for brutally sexually harassing the divas and the WWE shows. Yeah. He loses his temper. He thinks he's a tough guy slapping around little reporters. He's a piece. He's just a piece. That's all.
Yeah.
He's a great worker.
Yeah, phenomenal worker. His dad had way more class.
Well, I mean, we don't know that. We really don't know that. Because this was back before social media and people were exposing each other's shit left and right. So his dad could have been just as big a piece of shit as he is.
Well, maybe it rolls downhill. So yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. So just in the interest of keeping it fun.
Okay.
Our number 2.
Can I pick this one?
No. I'm going to pick number 2, and you're going to pick number 1. All right?
Okay.
I have been told many a times that there was a period in my own wrestling career where I was quite the douchebag. I was quite the hothead, and I was always firing off on dudes in the ring when I thought they were coming at me too rough.
Yeah.
Back when I was the Black Diamond. So I think that number 2 this week is going to be the Black Diamond Rob Wild. And let me go ahead and show you a picture of how that guy looked. Oh, shit. Hang on. Let me try it again. Oh, shit. Okay, hey, bear with me, guys. Technical issues. Hang on. Let me check this one. And here we
This is not worth mentioning.
That's kind of fucked up. Shut up, Chris. Okay, you know what? I have this one better work.
Okay.
Son of a bitch. Hey, that's me now.
What?
God,
Was that some seedy fucking bar?
Yeah, that was that cowboy joint in New Orleans with the wings on the wall.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right.
But it does. That picture does make it look like a seedy little dump, doesn't it?
Looks like some seedy little dump in Sacramento, Rush. Come on, talking shit.
All right, Chris. Now. Chris has just as much skin in our number 1 pick as I do, so I'm going to let you have at it.
All right. You tell the story so well about this, but boom, Mr. Wolfpack Conan.
Again, not any comment on his ability. Pound for pound, I truly do believe that old Charles Ashenoff was one of the best professional wrestlers in ring of our generation. Mic skills were strong, in-ring skills were strong. He always had a good look, except Max Moon. You know, go Conan. Conan was a very famous guy, not only here, but really big in Mexico.
He was Hulk in Mexico.
But he's a piece of shit. He's a piece of shit.
Well, he is a piece of shit, but he was the Hulk Hogan in Mexico. That's how big he was.
Give an example of why he's a piece of shit, Chris.
Well, when we booked him, his interaction with the boys in the back, I remember I was just kind of chilling, laying back, and I was letting these young kids kind of talk to him, and man, he was completely blowing these fucking kids off, just being a dick. Like they were like starstruck, like, wow, man, I want to talk to this guy and try and get some advice.
He wasn't just blowing them off; he was insulting them. He was
insulting. And it was fucked up, man. I'm watching this shit, dude. I'm like, what the fuck, dude, is going on? Like, because most names, I'm not gonna say everyone, but I would say the majority of names are usually pretty cool. They're very respectful, and they're like, hey, you know, they're cool to tell stories. This guy was just being insulting, calling them jabronis and get the hell out of here. And
what do you work? Maybe once a month. I work every weekend.
Yeah, and so I remember grabbing you, and I was like, Rob, dude, this guy's being a dick to all these fucking kids, dude. And fucking even Ruben came over there too, was telling you. And so yeah. I'm gonna let you tell the fucking story from there because
I'll let you. I'd rather you from your perspective kind of go on what my reaction was against Mr. Charles Ashenoff.
You're like, what the fuck? Fuck that bullshit. That motherfucker, dude, I paid him fucking money.
Now, let me prerequisite this. He already had pissed me off that morning when I picked him up from the airport gimmick. Coming out, he's limping. And this isn't the first time I've dealt with Conan. He always limps. Something always hurts. He always doesn't want to work that hard tonight. Yeah. He wants all the money. He just doesn't want to do all the work.
Okay.
And I just kind of chuckled at him. I said, well, you're wrestling the Hustler, so good luck with that. And we went up to the venue. So I was already irritated by the time you came in and Warpath came and got me.
That's right. And you said, motherfucker, dude, he's already pissed me off already. And you just fucking stormed. You just fucking bolted, dude. You're like, fuck this shit, dude. And we're like, okay.
beating the brown off him. I was so angry.
And so me and Ruben followed you. He's like, well, we can't let you fucking beat the fuck out of this guy, dude. He's a talent. But so we kind of went for, I guess, his benefit.
But you did. You went to protect the talent so we didn't have to give refunds.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was thinking from a money perspective, like, okay. And
I was thinking just straight up worker to worker.
Yeah.
And that's when I walked back and I heard him saying to that Kid Lightning, I heard him go, what do you work? Maybe once a month. I booked every week. I said, you motherfucker, who are you?
Yeah.
I go, what is, big bad Conan, dude. Hall, Nash, them guys ain't here to back you up. Who the fuck do you think you are? And I lost it. And he made some kind of a smart-ass comment. I said, now I got to hurt you, dude. And I went at him. And it was you, Warpath, and Hustler.
Yeah.
To kind of get me pushed back. And he kind of got his hands up. He's like, whoa. Then he acted like a pissed off Trumper having a tantrum after a rally. Went and sat in a corner and folded his arms. It wasn't talking to nobody. And finally, Hustler walks up to him and goes, you better drop this shit before we go to work tonight. And he's like, oh, bro, I don't got no heat with you. He goes, yeah, I know, but you better drop it or I'm going to drop you tonight. I mean it. Go out there and work. Don't try to take liberties on me. Don't try to take that you're mad at Rob out on me. Talk to Rob. He'll take you out back and then talk it out with you right now. But don't bring it out to me. And then, of course, Conan came about, half an hour before the main event to you to try to smooth it all over because he didn't want to talk to me.
Yeah, he, he's always want to let this go. I said, we've let it go, man. I said, but the thing is, you got to go out there and fucking do your match, man. So as long as you have a good match, I don't give a fuck, dude. And I just placed what I told him at that point. I said,
and the Apocalypse were out there at ringside to try to start some chaos before Conan did his heel turn that night. So he was probably thinking, these guys are going to jump me in the match.
Yeah.
He had to be thinking that. You don't elicit that kind of a genuine reaction from somebody and not worry about, ooh, shit, are they going to stretch me?
Yeah, he was definitely worried when he came to me. I could tell in his voice, like he was very, very concerned, like he was going to get fucked up by multiple.
He was going to get fucked up. I was going to. He wasn't wrong. I was going to jump in. Remember?
Yeah.
And you're like, no, you can't do that. And I'm like, yo, I'm gonna.
It took a while to talk you down, but yeah.
And when you and Lou got through to me, you're like, hey, we're talking business here, dude. You want to fight Conan? Whoop his ass in the back after the match. We have to get it in the ring. Okay.
Yeah.
You're right. And I will whoop his ass after. Then all of a sudden he's like, so Rob, I do a heel turn like you and me can kind of come together and team up. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
Is it the first time or second time we booked him? We booked him twice.
That was the second time. The first time, he was being very gracious. He was, of course, still doing I don't want to work too hard. I have degenerative bone this and my kneecap that and my brain is too small for my head and all that standard shit. But the second time, when he started disrespecting the guys that we were booking.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't believe he was so blatant about it to everybody back there. He wasn't cool to anybody except us. Until I flashed on him.
Yeah.
And I remember that. He's back there, blah, blah, blah. It's like, this motherfucker, after he already done pissed me off. All right, let's go do this.
Yep.
You're like, go do what? What are you doing? Go do what? Wait a minute.
Jesus.
You and Ruben are fucking chasing behind me going, wait a minute.
Hold on.
Nope. This is how wrestlers do it. This is how we're going to do it. Ruben's like, fucking right. Okay. Chris kept the calm head. You took control of the situation. You help me. Come on.
It was not easy. That's the probably the second time I've done that. With a name.
That's all?
With a name.
Oh, you talking about the Snuka experience?
Yeah, that's a longer story, but
that's a much longer story. But yeah, you saved Snooker's life that night. That's for sure. So, all right, man. Fucking, I think that's a good mark for us just to go ahead and take it home on. Once again, guys, this is WrestleShoot right here on the Antisocial Network. Make sure to check out our website, antisocialnetwork.net. See the schedule of what we're doing. See all of our socials at the bottom. Like, follow, love, all that good stuff. Much love over to Monty and the Pharaoh Network. We're having a good time playing over there. Anything you want to say?
Monty and the Pariah. I know why I keep saying that. The Pariah.
Because it was funny when it happened, and you kind of have beaten a dead horse to death, I suppose.
That's what I do, though.
All right. Bye, G. See you next week.